And then, of course, there was the Brooklyn Dodgers. We can't let them out of our remembrances. And I do remember Sundays at the ballpark, Ebbets Field, double header, 2 games in the bright sunlight. Night game, whoever heard of playing baseball at night? The smell of cigars and pipe tobacco. The peanut vendors, the first vendors to come out, they would get everybody thirsty. You would raise your arm, and the peanut vendor, maybe 30 feet away, would throw the bag of peanuts. And then to show your skill, you would toss 25 cents back to the vendor. Sometimes he didn't quite make that catch. Now, the memory I suppose I should remember the most was, and I do remember the most actually, was this spring training had ended, and the Dodgers and the Yankees came home and played an exhibition game at Ebbets Field. This was 1947. And on first base was this new ball player, Jackie Robinson. The great Jackie Robinson. I remember I'm a Yankee fan, so I'm not in favor of these Dodger ball players. But Robinson was an extremely exciting ball player, especially when he got on base, which was often. I mean, nowadays, if you steal second, that's a great accomplishment. But Jackie would steal every base, second, third, home, and that was certainly one of the most exciting moments in baseball, is when the runner on third breaks for a home, and the crowd begins to see what's happening. A roar follows. Now with Jackie, he was usually safe. He was quite a ball player. I also used to go sit in the bleachers at the Ebbets Field, 50 cents. And I'd sit in an area where you couldn't see the center fielder and you couldn't see the left fielder. You could see the right fielder, and that was Dixie Walker. He's a good ball player. I remember Red Barber, the announcer, always pointed out that, this is Red Barber's idea, he always pointed out that Dixie Walker had an openly closed stance. Openly closed stance. You know, what the heck is that? I assume he meant that, and it's just a guess, that his toes may have been pointed inward and his heels outward, you know, something like this. Openly closed. Some remembrance of Dodgers. I also remember Duke Snyder. I just loved to watch Duke Snyder swing that bat. He had a freedom, something like a golf swing. He had a tremendous freedom to swing that bat, like many great hitters did. Ebbets Field had a scoreboard in right field. It was like 50 feet high. And Duke Snyder learned how to hit that ball over that fence. And it used to be called a rainbow homer. I guess he had a sort of a golf swing, this beautiful swing. And over the fence it would go. Love to watch him. Well, I could go on and on. I could talk about DeRocha, feisty DeRocha, fighting with the umpires. Of course, DeRocha was the manager. Fighting with the umpires. Head to head, they would argue. And of course, out. They throw DeRocha out. But the crowd was so worked up that they would start throwing things at the umpire. I think his name was Major Kurth. And Major Kurth would retreat to the screen back of home plate. There was an overhang, and he was somewhat protected from all the stuff that was flying out of him, and then flying at him. And then I remember DeRocha constantly throwing towels out on the playing field to express his disapproval of one thing or another. Fun days at Ebbets Field. Bye now.